Mind, Body, and Balance. We got Bernice and Marianne joining us from Higher Level Fitness. We're going to focus on making sure that we don't have those risks of overtraining.
Yes.
We're going to focus on her form.
Yes.
And we're going to focus on doing things, changing things up.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
so what are we going to change things up?
The first thing we're going to do, we're going to focus on working opposing muscle groups, but opposite muscle groups. So when I say opposing, I don't mean bicep, tricep. I mean bicep back, for example, or chest, tricep, right? Because what we want to do is we want to fatigue one muscle, but actually work another muscle at the same time, right?
Okay.
So you're not doing two different things. So the first thing Marianne is going to do, she's going to do on the balance ball. Okay, she's going to do a chest press.
Okay.
Okay, and she's going to work in a tricep extension with that.
Okay.
So there we go. It's actually called a skull crusher or a tricep extension. Okay, meaning when we work our chest, the second most used muscle is our tricep. Right, so as we're working the chest, we're working the tricep, and then we want to throw a tricep exercise in there just to target the tricep as well.
And now we put her on the ball, not only make things more difficult, but again, change things up so the muscle doesn't get bored.
Yes, and don't make yourself comfortable. Get uncomfortable, but do something where your form is going to be correct, but do something that you don't normally do.
Do you find clients focus better on form when you make it harder like this? When you put them on a Boshu ball or put them on a big ball?
And when we take the element of counting out. So we take out counting, we time it, or we do the counting, you focus on the exercise. And then that allows them to focus on the form and the mind-muscle connection so they can feel it. So when they're not with us, they know the level of intensity they need to be at or the feeling that they need to get out of the workout.
How much more are you going to pick on her?
Okay, man, you can jump up now. All right, the next one we're going to do is bicep curl.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a simple bicep curl. Okay, so what you want to do is keep your elbows nice and tight. Everybody knows what a bicep curl is, but we're going to do a bicep curl and we're going to throw in a single leg leaned over back row. Okay, so just like this, so I'll move this out of your way here. Okay, so we did the bicep curl, right?
Yep.
So as we're doing bicep, we're actually using our back a little bit as well, okay? And now, when we go into this movement and we're doing like the back row, we're also incorporating our biceps as well.
And again, we're throwing her off of her usual stable two legs.
Yes.
So that her body's got to focus more on that form to make sure it's right.
Exactly. And we can also do single arm as well, whatever suits your fancy, just challenge yourself. For some people, if the weight gets light, then just use one arm. Switch it up, right? Balancing engages your core as well. So it's more than just the big muscle groups. We're always trying to engage your core and focus on the core as well.
That's a great point, Marianne. Stay like that because we think about her quad taking all the weight off there, but to keep that lever out, she's got to do a lot of core.
She's got to do a lot of core, right? So this is something that most people can do, but just take your time and work your way into it.
All right. Okay, one more for her.
So next we're gonna work quadriceps and hamstrings at the same time. So usually when you're working quads, you're working a little bit of hamstring, but we're gonna try to isolate it by doing a squat and then a front lunge. Okay? So you're gonna alternate legs, squat, and then front lunge. So what Marianne's doing, she's keeping her back straight, her knees aren't coming over her toes, and she's breathing properly, and she's also getting a nice extension into the exercise. So it's not like a half squat and a little baby step, right?
She's getting all the way in and all the way through.
So if we want to make this harder, you squat lower and you take a bigger step. Right? Because it makes it harder. You have to engage your core a little bit more. You have to use your balance a little bit more. And you're also pushing off to come back, which is another exercise that fires your core.
Yeah, it may seem like it's all quads, but it's coming back into the core because it moves as well.
Yes.
And again, we're focused on form because especially with things like lunges, you got to be really careful with those knees.
Yes, nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to get hurt. And you got to go to work the next day or do whatever. And no one wants to see anybody doing the crab walk. So we do exercises, get you sore, but do the things that you're supposed to do.
What's the crab walk?
The crab walk where, you're like, oh, my legs, I had a crazy leg workout.
But that's how people know I was at the gym. Are you okay? I'd be like, I was at the gym.
Well, a couple weeks ago, we saw you in your gym clothes, so it was perfect. Yeah, a man of all occasions.
There you go. All the information on higher level training will be on breakfasttelevision.ca. Right now, let's check in with the lady who's always got perfect form. Here's Jenna Kahn.